What's going on, MSFers? Ultimus here, and today we're going to be talking about Battle World and that Chaos node that not a lot of people have been able to beat and a way to actually do it. We're also going to talk about that Brimstone node a little bit as well, because I actually had some trouble with it, which was surprisingly fun, so good on you, Scopely. We're also going to be talking about a potential next character vote, and we're going to be talking about where Fantastic Four went out of the Ultimus orb and if Scopely lied again. So first up, we got the free chain offer in the web store. Once again, there's a free chain offer in the web store in case someone missed it. It's for a living mummy orb, the path to. You see it is right here. I did claim it already. So it is step one. It's completely free, and then it does unlock this offer for $3, but it does get you one of the path to living mummy orb fragments. So nothing wrong with that. Maybe you get 100 drop. That'd be pretty cool. Get a nice living mummy unlock. Maybe you get him to the next star level. Brimstone is absolutely nutty in war, so nothing wrong with that. I've been actually having a lot of fun using them in war, but don't tell anybody I've been having fun in war. I don't want anybody to know that. But yeah, I've actually been having a lot of fun using them. Next up, when is the next character vote? We haven't had one for a while. When do y'all think it's gonna be? They're now giving us characters that lost votes, which is true. Lady Bullseye. We also got Phantom Rider. So we're all obviously getting some of the people that lost as well, which is good. But you do have to remember, we did just have a character vote relatively recently. It was about 3 months ago, and Magneto did get picked for the character vote, and this is going to be part of Phoenix Force. So Magneto's going to get, it's not going to be a rework to Magneto, it's going to be a new Magneto that is going to be part of the Phoenix Force team. And the only thing I really hope for Magneto and giving the Phoenix Force tag is he still keeps his crown of nicest ass in Marvel Strike Force, because man, look at that badonkadonk. That is quality right there. I absolutely love it. Next up, does anyone feel like there is nothing else to do right now? Yeah, I do. And this is something I've been asking for seems like over a year now. Been playing since the beginning. Besides grinding for Blue Marvel, there is nothing but boredom happening right now. Why can't we get a tower, pocket dimension while we wait for the next battle world? Personally, War and Crucible are just a chore for me. I enjoy those special events. I'd even take a frozen dimension right now. And that says something, because a lot of people hated frozen dimension, where you were sitting there for 87 turns in a row and just watching your team getting rewound, slowed, ability blocked, offense down, all that good stuff. But yeah, we really need something rolling in this game. Right now, we do have Battle World, which we're going to talk about as well. And I do like that we have Battle World rolling right now, and it's actually kind of fun. We have some fun nodes that we're going to talk about in a minute. And it seems like it's a little bit harder, which I do like, right? That is awesome. But outside of Crucible and War, there's really nothing to do, and those are PvP modes, right? So a lot of people might not like PvP modes, and they're entitled to not like PvP modes. That's entirely fair. But why is this events tab not filled with stuff to do? Why don't we have a tower? Why don't we have a pocket dimension? Why don't we have a kiln? Why don't we have sword satellite? Why don't we always have something running here? And even if it's just like a once a month thing, but it's always running, so it could run for a month, so I could do it whenever I have time to do it, right? And it runs for the entire month. Cool, let me have that option. And then there's multiple difficulties for me to run through multiple different times, instead of just having one run for it, 2 runs for it, and then back to boredom. It'd be really nice if we had way more PvE content to just run through and actually have something to play, rather than just kind of waiting for the next war to start or waiting for the weekend for Crucible to start. Now, I did mention Battle World. How are y'all beating this Chaos mission in Battle World? So we do have a massive shout out to Dorky Dad. He did figure it out, but what I am hearing is he had Purple ISO 5 on Blastar, and Blastar was kind of the reason why this worked, but he ended up using Falcon, Songbird, Quasar, Hercules, and Blastar. It's my understanding he has Gear Tier 20 on all of them here, and you can see the end here that Dorky ended up using. So what happens here, hold on, I went a little too far. Let's see what we got here. Where were we at here? He ended up doing this. He had Blastar with offense up, 5 bomb bursts, just deleted everybody. And I really do think that is a big result of having purple 5 on Blastar, because he does get that extra damage. So Results will absolutely vary from person to person, but it does look like it's possible even before we got the immortal weapons, which I think is cool. It gave somebody something to do, right? It's a challenge that we were looking forward to having, which I think is really awesome. I also wanted to talk about the Brimstone node here, and this one took me a couple tries. I do have a relatively smaller Brimstone. The only gear tier 20 I have is Damon, because he's the only one that's actually like really, really good outside of war as well. The first wave is pretty simple. All you're going to want to do is just basic with Hellcat a bunch. You can do the ultimate towards the end, but Hellcat takes like 4 turns in a row. But if you're basicing, what's happening is you're going to be getting the assist from Damon Hellstrom over and over and over again. So you're getting extra damage, which is really, really helpful. And then you'll nuke the wave with Damon Hellstrom. And what you want to do is when you use that Hellcat ult, you want to make sure that Thanos is getting hit by the Hellcat ult, obviously, and making sure he gets crit as well. I do have Hellcat as a raider. So then Damon can end up one-shotting everybody on the board. And he'll get that double tap, and then Thanos' passive will not go off. Then for the next side, all you want to do is focus that Black Knight and make sure he dies. And then for the last node, just save that Doctor Strange ult and you can delete absolutely everybody with it. And it's not too bad. It took me a little bit of RNG, took me a couple tries, which is okay with me. I had fun doing it, and that's what we're here for, right? We're here for some gameplay. We're here for some fun. And I think that's pretty damn awesome. I actually enjoyed this. I think this was great. It's obviously going to get a lot easier as we get more Brimstone, more farmability for Brimstone. They get bigger, all that kind of stuff. But hey, I had some fun with it. So shout out to Scopely, but it's one node. Can we get more fun in the game? That would be kind of great. Also, once again, talking about Fantastic Four MCU being taken out of the Ultimus orbs. And yes, we talked about this in the video I had with Mobile Gamer, that they were taken out of the Ultimus orbs because now Ultimus orbs are going to be hot garbage now. Ultimus orbs will not be getting the characters until after a year in the game, after they've fully cycled through the Versus Orb and the Venture Orb. Now, the problem is they are not in the Versus Orb or the Venture Orb. So they were farmable in the Ultimus Orb before they made this change. Then they made this change, and then they made them unfarmable, which is really, really weird. I'm not really happy with that at all. It's very, very odd that they decided for that. And people are starting to talk about Scopely going back on their farmability promises. Meanwhile, Krakens can get 3 diamond on every character the first week. So they did say that the characters at 3 months in would go to bumps, which Ultimus Orbs is the U in bumps. But again, they're changing the way the stores and the orbs go, so I wouldn't really call this a lie, but we are getting to the point where Fantastic Four is at the 4-month-old mark, so we should be getting them farmable in-game relatively soon, which would be very helpful because obviously I'm sitting at 6 stars for Franklin because I farmed him a bunch in the Antimatter store, 5-star for Invisible Woman, and 5-star for Mr. Fantastic, and getting them higher up is very, very helpful because they're great everywhere. Arena, Crucible, War, right? They're amazing. So hopefully they are farmable in this week's blog. That would be really exciting if they were. Hopefully we get some information, and then next week we can get some farmability because, yeah, this is the arena meta, and it shows when you don't have diamonds on them. But, yeah, I got diamonds ready to go. I'm very excited for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think, who the next character vote is going to potentially be. I'm very excited to see what we got for that. And let me know if you were able to one-shot that Chaos node without Blue Marvel. That'd be pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Till next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.